Well, I'm back again. Surprise, surprise. Somebody asked me to make a video about making a saber staff out of these two, the Animus from Crimson Dawn and the Spectre I got from LGT, which didn't come from Crimson Dawn, but I'm going to call it the Spectre just for less confusion. So that's the Spectre, and that's my Therax pommel, and this is mostly my Therax from Dark Wolf originally, the Enforcer from Crimson Dawn, whatever you want to call it. What I'm going to do is put these two together. I'm going to change out the blade for my daughter's because this is her original blade, and to a shorter one, just so it'll be a little more balanced. Because this Spectre I have currently has my shortest blade on. I think it's a 32. But if you can look, you can see the difference in the blade lengths. And hers is the original 36. Like I said, mine's 32. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you have one of these things and it's got the 36-inch blade on it and you've thought about cutting it down, it's the thing to do. I mean, the balance is so much better on these short hilts, these shorter hilts like this, when you cut the blade down. 33, 32, something like that, you know, whatever your fancy is. I got a 33 on here, I think. And man, if you notice, this thing's longer because I got that spacer in right there. I just absolutely love spinning this thing. I don't know, I was just playing and throwing it together and I can't believe how perfect it turned out. But anyway, enough about that. I just had it up there for comparison. But you see how much longer it is just with that spacer in there. It's got a real two-handed grip on it. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to take the pommels off. I'm going to use my connector pommel because I don't want to scratch hers up. She's really picky and I don't want to mess it up for her. And then I'll take it out in the yard and show you how bad I am with a staff. How's that? Okay, so on my Spectre here, so if you can see where it's all scored up, that's where I tried to take it apart and it doesn't come apart. So always read your descriptions before you buy something. To be fair, I don't think it said that on the LGT where I ordered it, and I didn't really read the Crimson Dawn stuff, but whatever. I don't care how it looks too much because I always put wrap on it. If you've played with these things or spun them and you have not put wrap on it, you should try it once because it's a different world. Anyway, but that's what I do with mine mostly. I just spin around and play with them. I don't worry about how they look too much because nobody ever really sees them except, I guess, the entire internet. But whatever. Anyway, so here we go. Let's get this done. I'm not a real fan of the way these connector pommels look, but for the spinner I got right here, it's perfect, so that works. And I'm going to take our blade out like I said. And if you're thinking about getting one of these or you have one of these, and if you've noticed there's some blade wobble, I talked about it before, just a little bit, because there's only 2 retention screws, or set screws, what do you call them? There's 2 ways you can fix that. And I learned both these in the comments. I can't remember who told me, but thank you guys, appreciate it. Common sense too, you can put a piece of electrical tape around it where it won't show and kind of tighten it up, and that'll help it. Or you can actually take one of the screws out like I have here, and just use one to retain it. And that's kind of what I got done here too on this one. I just have one that's barely tightened. It doesn't put any pressure on it really. And what that does is snug it up against that wall so you don't have to worry about it being loose like that. So let's go. Taking this out. And I'm going to be real careful not to mess her blade up because she's, this is her first one, which she barely plays with it. Whatever. All right. So this is my LGT one, I called it. The Banshee I got from LGT, from AliExpress. No guts, as you can see. Anyway, put this one in. Like I said, I'm just going to tighten one and then snug the other one up. Just barely. And if you're new here, this won't make much sense. If not, who cares? I did something today that I said I wasn't going to do. I ordered another lightsaber. So this is one. This is actually it's an RGBX Luke replica hilt, which I didn't really necessarily think I wanted, but it was on eBay. And while I'm waiting on my order from LGT, which I ordered directly, which I have no idea when it's going to get here because language barriers and Chinese New Year and shipping times and whatnot. So I saw this one on eBay. I know Crimson Dawn's backed up. I know Dark Wolf takes 2 weeks. This one's right at the same price. I think it was around $300, and it would be here by Monday, so I ordered it. So be looking for that. So there's a saber staff, and it doesn't feel too bad, but I made one of these before out of some other, these two I think, and I was just not impressed. I'm not a big staff guy anyway, so it wasn't my favorite to begin with, but it's just really heavy and bulky, especially compared to like a light wooden bow staff or anything. It's just not real easily managed, but maybe I just had lacked the strength and skill. So there you go. Like I said, I'll go out in the yard and spin around, maybe not hit myself too many times, and show you what I don't have, but that's all there is to it. And yeah, this should be black, obviously, but that's what we got, so use your imagination. All right. See you in a bit. Okay, so here we are in the dark. You notice the switches don't line up, which you could fix that with shims on the connector here if you wanted to. I feel pretty certain, or get it really close anyway. And just for the record, there's no sound coming out of the Spectre on the Animus, and it's on max sound. So I want to keep it really basic because, like I said, staffs are not my thing, and I usually wind up hitting myself somewhere anyway. So here we go. See what I mean? Anyway. With these two hilts, it's not as unwieldy as my other one I put together. So I guess these hilts are a little bit lighter weight, so it's not terrible. I think the emitters look cool. But there you go. Sorry you had to see that. As always, I'll catch you on a flip. May the force be with you. Later.